ExoPrimal is now available. While we haven't had sufficient chances to play it enough to merit a complete review, we have had enough time to give it a critical preview, since it's an active shooter that needs some time before an informed evaluation can be given. Our quick judgment: this is a fantastic Game Pass title. Before playing ExoPrimal, take into account the following information. For the finest review of ExoPrimal 2023, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. So let's get started. Let's start by defining ExoPrimal. Capcom created and released ExoPrimal, a 2023 multiplayer third-person action video game. A rogue AI termed Leviathan sends an exosuit pilot backward in time to participate in combat war games within the game. Leviathan's task is to develop ever-better exosuits, and they have determined that the best way to accomplish this is to continuously pit gamers against dinosaurs and other players in combat. That is a little odd if that makes sense. However, the game does an excellent job of establishing the basis with which the right amount of honesty and a vivid cast of appealing characters that keep you interested. This is a fun method to get you onto a tropical island full of dinosaurs without rolling your eyes, but it's not a serious, heartbreaking tale of romance and loss. I was afraid that a task was beyond my capacity, but first let's dive into the game. ExoPrimal has 11 exosuits as of this writing, all of which have unique skills and functions within teams. An online cooperative action game where players battle dinosaurs while using advanced exosuit technology. Players will control these exosuits to stand steadfast versus massive dinosaur crowds in online-only game modes based on team action. Exosuits are divided into many roles. As you're sent into combat, you must choose the appropriate suit for your squad from among the support, tank, or assault classes. The primary game mode, Dino Survival, pits two teams consisting of 5 players against one another in a range of PvP and PvE tasks. Players will be sent to the location of the most recent dinosaur outbreak, where they will achieve tasks by listening to Leviathan's instructions. The winning team is the one who finishes the assignment first. ExoPrimal recently conducted a beta test in which 2 squads of 4 players competed against one another to complete different PvE-based goals. Undoubtedly, the rivalry between 2 human teams provides some energy to the game, which would be a little too conventional otherwise. Each mission scenario during the beta went pretty much a similar way, and once the other team started gaining an advantage, it got harder and harder to catch up, even with the upgrades that were given to the loser team. It was made even more annoying by the fact that both of the human-led teams engaged in direct PvP combat as the closing act of each battle. The PvP just didn't seem right, and that was the issue. A very fine line must be drawn when managing PvP at the same time, and very few games manage it successfully, if at all. ExoPrimal was undoubtedly not one of them when it was in beta, but the basic reality that the PvE team who prevailed also had an edge in the PvP match added salt to injury. It becomes more effective for the team that fell behind to just lose on purpose, establishing an anti-gaming motivation similar to other games that fall into this trap. The goal is to complete tasks as rapidly as possible. Either players are actively battling the opposing team or fighting them against a shared enemy. Now, 2 games will play out the same way because missions change based on player skills along with other factors. ExoPrimal may devise more effective strategies for balancing its PvP components. However, it is stated that PvP will be a possibility in the entire game in case, like me, you couldn't stand that element of the game. Capcom thanked players for taking part in the beta test and provided a more detailed overview of the match's full content schedule, which also included a mission mode that was exclusive to PvE. I spent a considerable amount of time playing the Xbox beta and had a great time. The PvP elements of the game, however, didn't appeal to me particularly. Every match left a bitter aftertaste as it transitioned from a frantic PvE experience to an unbalanced PvP experience, which paradoxically looked formulaic and chaotic at the same time. The goals stayed roughly the same across each mode, and ultimate powers would always queue up at the same moment throughout each match. The stiffness of each match's flow added to the feeling of repetition. PvP combat's potential for dynamism should be able to aid with it, right? Except for ExoPrimal. When a side's performance in the PvE phase of the war gave it an advantage, being on the losing or winning side never felt completely fair. Another effect of the frequent "you are losing" messaging was a demoralizing downward spiral. I don't think I ever witnessed a circumstance in ExoPrimal throughout numerous matches where a team would ultimately come back and pull off a win following initially dropping the first few objectives. Unlike comparable team-based action games I play like Overwatch. However, the purpose of beta tests is eventually for all of this. The main game mechanics are a lot of fun. A winning strategy involves using powerful explosives and cybernetic samurai katanas to slash through big dinosaur crowds. For ExoPrimal to have any chance of living up to its service game aims, I only hope that Capcom gets the other components of the game right. The ExoPrimal overall fun factor hinges significantly on how much fun it is to play these suits, as you can probably assume. After playing around with most of the available outfits, I am happy to say that they're all interesting, sufficient to keep me interested on the tasks. My particular favorite is the Krieger, which can swiftly decimate raptor hordes with its massive machine gun. However, I was pleased to discover that even assistant suits, a job that always runs the risk of looking inert if performed poorly, thrust me into the fray. But if there's one thing I just can't get out of my head, it's what an attraction this game is. It's a vibrant, vivid flurry of chaotic fights and dramatic battles. Observing a flock of raptors sprint toward you while evasion cars and one another on the street may be frightening. It's nerve-wracking to watch a T-Rex tear through a car and overwhelm one of your teammates. ExoPrimal frequently produces oh shit moments, which is an important quality for any cooperative action game. This all seems excellent at first glance, am I right? So why is it a special bonus for Xbox Game Pass members only? ExoPrimal will cost you $59.99 or the equivalent in your country to buy in its whole. The game is fully priced as it should be. It's a game with genuine heart and quality. It is a live service shooter though, and as of late, we've seen that such games either sink fast or swim far. The future of this game is still uncertain and unclear to me. I hope it attracts gamers because it's entertaining, odd, and different from the hundreds of other co-op shooters available, but there's a good chance it won't. In light of this, Game Pass is essential in its situation. If you have any interest at all in the game, you can currently test it out for $12.99. Don't want to purchase the entire item? With certain buddies, the weekend is enjoyable. Big fan? You can pay the whole amount and dive into dinosaur territory. This title, however, will still amaze you, even though dinosaurs are assaulting and shooting bullets everywhere. Kudos! Thank you to the developers for making sure the experience was smooth. Now, let's address a few issues. Though dinosaur survival is fun, ExoPrimal is still in its beta stages and requires additional features to show off its full potential. As the full release draws near, we'll need to keep updated on the rollout of the live service and Battle Pass elements. Will it become too fundamental or pay to win? Only time will tell. Finally, if you're considering playing ExoPrimal, we'll round up a few friends. Believe it or not, working together and coordinating strategy raises the game's level of enjoyment. The major issue is ExoPrimal worth playing? Given its potential and the exciting experience it offers, I think, yes, the game will be released on July 14th for PlayStation 4 and PC Xbox consoles. Watch attention to the implementation of the game's live service and Combat Pass components, as that could affect the overall experience. This launch window may currently represent the height of ExoPrimal. We're still unsure. Although I still haven't fully formed my opinions on the game in my mind, I believe it can be a lot of fun. It is worth your time for the cost of a month of Game Pass, and if you're even the slightest bit motivated to give it a try, go for it. The review for today is now complete, so grab your friends, put on those exosuits, and get ready for a thrilling experience in the universe of ExoPrimal. Please leave a comment below with your opinions on this. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content. And as always, keep gaming and stay epic.